Hey, peace family. It's your girl Geneva here. I tell you this video, what's the priority? Um, well, something on my mind, I was curious, so what do we think the priority is? What it was is that I just came back from this spiritual session that I do weekly. That I think I was telling you guys about that last week. That I said, well, they do the group meditation, they do the whole group yoga, and they also give you like a little lecture, a little lesson, or whatever that is. But they usually do that. So I just came back from there. I was in a lift. And it was this sister, and she happened to be awake, which was great. She was conscious. And she had asked me, because my YouTube name is the same as my Lyft name. So she says, is formerly, because I call her formerly Geneva, your real name? And I said, no. And she said, what do you use that for? And I said, oh, a YouTube channel. And she said, oh, do you do a lot of videos? And I said, well, I did before my channel got shut down. And she said, oh, they try to stop you from waking our people. And I said, definitely, sis. She's like, that's what they do. And I said, yeah, you're going to deal with a lot of opposition, a lot of resistance. So obviously we understand that, but you don't let it stop, because I said, I'll be in the streets, sis. I'm out here in the streets. I'm doing it. So there was a young brother in the backseat. And he's listening. So I'm saying different things. I'm thinking that he's aware too, because she was aware, and I'm just talking about different things. I'm, talking about our origination. I'm talking about the origination of, the oppressor and all this. And I'm like, it's good that, we got these social media platforms, I said, to use. And I said, you got these YouTube channels, truth and consciousness, that can bring you into knowledge, make you aware, wake you up here. Because I said myself, once you awake, it's your you have no choice but to enlighten others, because you understand what it feels like to be asleep, right? So they're like, yeah, so he's listening. I gave him actually Young Pharaoh's channel, because he was a young brother. And I said, you got another young brother, because I was like, I know a lot of youth don't really want to hear too much with the elders and stuff. I said, but then we got a youth out here, and he been in the streets, and that's something that most other youths can connect. So he was like, what's his name? So I gave him his channel and all that. So I'm assuming he's going to, look it up. But I'm like, see, I was telling the sister, another potential soldier, they lost soul. It's our job to wake them up, because we know how it feels to be lied to. And I was like, I don't cast nobody aside, because they're all a potential soldier. She was like, great, because when the revolution pop off, we're ready, right? So she's like, definitely. So, we're talking about this, and she said that it was like in the stars or the universe for me to come in the car at the time I did, because she said he was just talking about how he worked at this place with all, white people, and he was like, oh, and they treat me okay, treat me good and all that. And when he said that, it made me reflect on a job that I worked at one time when I went out to lunch with my coworkers, and it was like, I pretty much was the only person who had any, color here, any melanin, and the only one. And where I was, the state I was in, the staff was even against. Like, it didn't even matter. They still treated me like I was different. And with that said, I'm there and I'm unconscious, so I'm feeling like, everybody, all those are like superior to me. And I told her what I needed to know at that time was that I was the most powerful being at that table, that with all them combined, I was more powerful than them. And I needed to know that at that age. So I said, with this brother, this is what, like I said, he feels like he needs to know, is that when he walks into that establishment, he's powerful, just him alone, than all of them combined, and that's what I was trying to establish. And I said, that's what I did when I ran into this one brother, actually last week, and he was straight in the street, all that, and he was like, wow, you listen, you're like the second person I came across that's listening to something, knowledgeable. And I was like, yeah. And I started schooling him and teaching him and stuff. And I was just like, do you know the conscious community on YouTube? Do you know General Sadiq? Because usually I try to meet you, go by, how the vibe I get from you, not just by your age, but like the vibe I get from you, something that I feel like you would be attracted to, your swag, you know what I mean? And I was like, Sadiq's got to be something that he would be attracted to. And soon as I showed, like, I just brought up his channel. And I brought up the one video with him, I think he did on Valentine's Day. And he just saw like a second of him. And he was like, I already like his swag and everything. I already feel like I'm gonna rock with him. And then when he started laughing at some of the stuff that said he was saying, he was like, oh, I already feel like I can listen to him while I'm catching the bus. And I already got people I can introduce to. He like, I can listen to him while I'm high, all that. And I was like, definitely. But I was like, see, here's the way to bring you into the consciousness. This is our way to do that. You know what I mean? And that's another potential soldier. And then I was like, then he gonna wake up, you know, more in the next. So that's why I started questioning when I was talking to the sis, and she was just like, she doing Lyft, but she taking it and she putting it to a black owned business that she's producing. And I was like, great, take their money, produce our own so we can continue to have that Black Wall Street. Like, we want to establish just us and connections with us and our motherland, so, and eliminate the outside, right? And I was like, it's nothing wrong with that. That should be the priority. That's where we need to be focused, right? So he was like, definitely. I said, but that's what I mean. Like, the primary focus is just enlightening others, staying woke, because I was like, stay woke, sis, waking up ourselves, waking up our people, all that, you know, to whatever we got to do to combat what we're dealing with, right? The oppression, all the above. So I told her, when our energy need to be just focused on each other, right? And putting all that energy into each other and establishing the connections and repairing all the damage of over 4 centuries, and strictly be about building up and repairing. That's it. And establishing the economics, which we so desperately need, and paying it for and going forward from that. And we can actually have the Black Wall Street that we claim. But then I see people doing about, you know, opposite, like bringing in the opposition, continuously keeping them connections open. Hold on, I get that off. I think it's like gloss or something, or chapstick. But, you know, and continuously keeping that open. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what's the priority, because I thought the priority was us just working on each other, us just working on us building up them Black economic, us strictly being on that, because we got a lot to deal with. We got a lot to repair in regards to our just race, our culture alone, our connecting with our culture, our roots, just strictly embracing it, strictly building up and establishing, because we've dealt with so many years where we haven't never had it and been in poverty and all that. So here we are trying to finally be about building up what we should be, keeping our roots on the ground, doing like Q Butter, going around, you know, statewide, countrywide, you know, building meet, linking up with the people, teaching them, educating them, you know, doing all that, building up the bridges in person, because we're doing all that, strictly just being on that, right? Strictly as we become awake and aware and be enlightened, strictly being that with our people and strictly just doing that. But then I see, you know, people that not about that. They're about like still keeping the integration, still keeping the channels open, like not really trying to eliminate them, not trying to really go out your way and support your own, not really trying to like look at, you know, like if you need something randomly, looking for a Black owned business to buy it from first before you just have to be forced to, you know what I mean, go to, you know, the people who's oppressing you, you know what I mean, like just going out your way, you know, doing whatever you can, going on, hold up, on, you know, We Buy Black, you know what I mean? And going to the festivals, like I went to this African festival yesterday, and going there and trying to build and establish connections and know from and learn from the vendors, which I definitely want to start doing this advertising them. I was clueless to not even think to give them some advertisement. So I'm definitely going to start doing that now when I continue to keep going out. But, you know, all of that above. So I was like strictly being on that. And this is what I was telling the sis, like, we're trying to just only, you know, work with each other. And I don't think it's nothing wrong with that, because we've had so many years of not doing that. And I was like, so it's just strictly being on repairing the mistrust and the distrust within each other. You know, I was just telling this brother yesterday who drove me up to the African festival and Lyft. And I was like, you got to think about it. You got to think about the years of us being conditioned and programmed, brother. I said, think about the fact that we have been conditioned to have this mistrust and distrust. And we so, you know, distrusting of our brother or sister, but we quick to rely on him, and he's oppressing us. And he said, you're right, sis. I do look at my, like, oh, I don't trust, but I'll be quick. He said, I didn't think about that. He was like, damn, you're giving me something to think about. And I was like, hey, you know, tune in this channel. I'm not telling you what to follow, what to follow, not telling you what religion, anything. You come in, you learn, you figure out what more likely resonates with you, what feeds your energy, your spirit, and whatever you attracted to, you're gonna go that route. But it's just about awakening you and making you aware. You know what I mean? Because it's starting there, and then once you get that empowered, because I said start with your own culture and history, and then learn about their culture and history, then you'll definitely feel empowered enough to even seek more. And the next you'll be, an activist and want to put your boots on the ground just like the rest of us and embrace more and connect more, with your roots and your culture and your heritage and all the above. So when I think about when I was telling the sis in the car, we talk about the priority and whatnot like that. I love that. Oh, what you say, Asian color straight up. I draw a living. I love when I kick out. That's just, I feel you. So when I'm talking about this and I'm telling them like, yo, man, what's the priority? What we need to be dealing with and thinking about just 24/7, which just need to be strictly our focus. I was like, it's each other and as our own, and just trying to continuously work on establishing some Black economics. We don't really got time, and not just doing that, but doing so much more as well, and working on ourselves, obviously correcting ourselves, working on elevating your frequency. Because it's just like when I was at the spiritual session earlier, the oracle was just like, girl, as you work on trying to continuously elevate your frequency, you are going to be tried by these deities, these negative deities out here. You are going to deal with it, girl. So she was like, just be prepared to deal with a lot of resistance, opposition, any of that, because this, there's a reason why a lot of people want us to stay asleep. There's a reason why a lot of us want us to stay, on a low frequency and all the above. So she's like, here's the time. Wow, I just looked at the time and never mind, because I had saw 444. But yeah, so just thinking about all that above. So I just feel like, this is where we, where we need to, where we need to be at. And when I think about priority, I was like, girl, we don't really got time to try to work with still giving our money to, outside of us. We know this now. And as conscious being, we got to be doing whatever we can do to support us in every way, in every facet, with all of us, and I was like, that's where, the primary focus got to be, because I can't think of anything else but what we're facing, as a collective on a daily basis. And I was like, we got so many things to deal with, you know what I mean? And there's so many things that's, attacking us from all angles, and this is why I say, we're strong people, because we have that strength to just continuously get back up again. But I realized that, you're going to deal with people, stagnation. You're going to deal with people, trying to stifle. You're going to deal with, like I said, the opposition and resistance. You're going to deal with all of the above. And I told her, we got to realize that, there's going to be people out here who even fake the funk and pretend that they really for us, but really are maybe just infiltrators and things like that. So we got to look at all that, and I say, my thing is trying to get away from having that open line connection. I'm trying to get away from having that open line connection with them and just work on establishing with my own, because this is definitely a part of the revolution as well. You know what I mean? And that's a part of it. And I don't want to negate that at all. And, and supporting one another and establishing, the love and the relationships and the friendships and all of the above, getting what we seek, because, I think that it's time. I think that the planet, I think the ancestors, I think the universe, I think they're all speaking to us, letting us know that it's our time. We're on the rise. And it's our time, and the revolution is here, and we're going to be regaining control back of our planet. And what we need to work on is, becoming awake and enlightening our people, and getting on, this high frequency, and ready for this shift and this change, and definitely being about, establishing and building up more, and being about this, so we can strictly only solely rely on us, and that's all that we're about. So ones who want to still can continuously keep them connections open, we gotta, kind of push to the side, not even push to the side, but we gotta, remove, because we can't deal with things that's going to continuously keep us in the same position, the same predicament that we've always been in. We're used to this. So when I see videos like this one, I think a sis, she uploaded, truthfully honest, right? She uploaded on YouTube, right? She had uploaded this video of this white man, and he had titled as, how he had it titled? He had it titled "Don't Support Black Because of White People Hate," something like that. It was something like that to that point. And I said, but hold up, is white people hate greater than black people's genocide, extermination? Because we're being killed right now. So is your hate greater than extermination? And do you not know why we have a hate? So I was, I just had to laugh, and then I was just like, dude, it's so obvious, Agent Smith. Like you want them to not support, keep brainwashed, so we can stay in the condition that we in poverty and continue to be picked off, because we're more powerful dead than we are alive. We know that with the organs and the melanin and all the above. So, and I was just, talking to the sis about that, in the vehicle. So, we just going in, and I'm just like, this is real. This is everything. So this is what people need to, realize. Hey, peace to Sean. I ain't see your piece. But, so I said, my priority right now is my people, focusing on that, strictly being about, uplifting and supporting us and empowering us, and getting out there, because this is what I've been doing. I've been putting all my energy into that, strictly trying to elevate and raise my frequency and be on the rise and ready for this shift and ready to, the revolution, and ready for, and having my boots on the ground, or my sandals or my sneakers or my flip-flops or whatever, and just strictly being on that, and I carrying my spirit in me, now that, the Oracle was telling me with the whole channeling last week that it was a warrior spirit. It was an ancestor of mine who was like really, really strong, and I carry this, around my neck, and I'm just really, doing it. This is, around my neck. So, and I heard that it protects you when you go out. So I'm definitely, I'm here. I'm about this. I'm definitely, continuously trying to, elevate. And definitely in regards to my people, I can't wait, I started school, and I can definitely, in regards to them, and teach them and school them in certain things. So I'm pleased over that. I think that definitely needs to be our priority, not getting into the stuff that's not really leading to liberation, because liberation should only be our focus here. So this is what I'm just hoping that we can get from, and this is what I think about in regards to Paris. So I'm just steady, still gonna, tune in once in a blue moon, hello social media, and build with the family here. But I definitely, I love being in the streets and putting in the work there, and communicating in person and getting that down. And we get each other social media and build from there. And it's been lovely, and going further and being about that. And at least I know, I got people already that I can work with as I get more into business, establishing certain things. So, and that's what it's about, empowering, uplifting one another, like I said, repairing all the damage that we've been dealt with, and all the programming condition of mistrust and distrust within us, and just being about, working together, having that solidarity, continuing to rise together, continuing to, be about, our mission and our purpose, and whatever the purpose that the ancestors put us here for, regardless if it's like waking up our people or all the above. And we understand this, and this is what I think that we all should be, focused on. So, this is just what, I wanted to speak on and just put out there really quickly. And I was just thinking about regards to, what being a priority. And the priority is definitely, what, I've been involving myself in. And what I think my purpose was put here on this planet was to, enlighten, awaken, inspire, and also, be active as well. So, and all the above. So, and that's what I'm just going to continuously do. And hopefully we can all do that together. So, in regards to, establishing connections with anybody else, or keeping them lines of connection open or communicate, no, it should be no outsiders. It should be strictly on our own and on each other, and on, our, within our culture here, because we've never been there. So we've had certain people, certain groups and certain generations, eras, but not us as a collective. And this is what we need to be working on right now. So we need to just be working on us and not allow any stagnation or anything that is, trying to oppose this movement, end or even allow it to even do such. So, this is where my energy is, and I'm going to continuously, put all my energy into, and hopefully I can inspire others, to do the same. And this is how we're going to, actually seek what I think a lot of us came into the conscious community about. And I'm talking about the conscious community in general. So I'm going to end it on that, though, family. I just want to say, guys, stay positive, continue to elevate, continue to, become a more, positive person, someone that, is trying to really seek that inner peace, let no anybody stifle you and stop that progress and that elevation. So just continue to rise, family. So I want to just say I love each and every last one of y'all, everybody who tunes in, everybody who hears this message, everybody who gets something from it. I hope to inspire every last one of y'all. I hope that we all be rise together and all be on the same frequency here. So just want to say much love to all of you. Just remember to keep your heads up and keep them boots on the ground, family. Peace.